What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Smart Money Academy. Day 20 already, right? The day 20, bro. And today we're going to be talking about the CISD, the change in the state of delivery. Okay? So, the change in the state of delivery is realistically probably my favorite entry protocol, as I'm going to call it, because it's not really a signal. It's my favorite entry model, is what I'm going to call it. Okay? Alrighty, so I wrote down on the screen here all the time frames alignments for the CISD. So this is very important. You guys want to screenshot this, learn this by heart. I forgot a thing here. It's bothering me. I'm gonna add it now. Here we go. Um, so what this means is that if you have a monthly PD array, you want to go into you want to get a daily CISD, okay? But us, we're only gonna focus on the bottom three. So if you have a H1, which is a 1 hour PD array, you want to focus on a 5 minute CISD, 15 minute PD array on a 1 minute CISD, and 5 minute PD array on a 15 second CISD. So what does that mean exactly? This means that if you have a 15 minute fair value gap, like here, let's say, and price was to tap into it, okay, you would need a 1 minute CISD. What's a 1 minute CISD? We're going to drop down to the 1 minute and we're going to act as if this here had entered the FVG, which it didn't, okay? But we're going to act as if, okay? So price enters the FVG right there. You can see it. Obviously, the rest of the price is not valid because it didn't enter the FVG, but let's say it did for the sake of and the purpose of this video. It entered the 15 minute fair value gap, okay? We drop on the 1 minute. What do? We look for a CISD. What does the CISD do? The CISD indicates that we're flipping back from bearish into bullish in this scenario, okay? And the CISD occurs at the single highest up close candle or down close candle that tapped into the PD array. So this is a bullish fair value gap. So what candle is going to reach into it? A bearish candle, okay? So if you have one candle, two candle, three candle, until you get a bullish candle, okay? So it's a series of candle or one candle. So what I'm trying to say is here we have two bearish candle followed by a bullish candle here, okay? But which one tapped into the fair value gap? It's this bearish one right here, okay? Now, there's another bearish candle right next to it. So if we get a closure, a candle closure, not wicks, a candle closure above the highest point of the bearish cluster of candle, that, my friends, is a CISD. And then you enter on the retrace. And I usually, some people market order, but then you would enter here. What I like to do is wait for a retracement back to the CISD, and then I enter off of it. So I use a CISD as my confirmation for entry. Okay. So let me put this into perspective for you guys, okay? And it's the same thing if we were talking about a bearish fair value gap, okay? So let's say this fair value gap, wait, no, I'm going to 15 minutes. Let's say there's a 15-minute fair value gap right here, right? And price goes like this, most likely, being fucks around, reaches into it again, it could go like this, okay? Where is the CISD? The CISD is here. Why? Because that cluster of candle that's going to be here is what reached into the fair value gap. Okay? If that makes any sense. So why is that helpful? Well, with the help of time frame alignment, you can get your trend, you can get you can find your trend, you can find a bunch of different things, you can find your unicorn on the hourly, on the 15, whatever it is, okay? But once you have your PD array, like let's say price right here, let's have bullish on this price, okay? And it retraced into a higher time frame EQ, let's say here, okay? So price, I'm bullish. Price goes like this, whatever, reaches down here, and then let me go like this actually. Reaches down here, and then goes a bit further, and then like this, starts dilly-dallying, and then it goes like this, okay? When is the best time to be bullish here? Well, we just swept EQ, okay? We reached into a higher time frame PD array, which is the 15-minute fair value gap that's right here, which is a good point to start looking for a reversal. What confirms that we're going back from bearish into bullish to up our probability is a CISD on you want to go on the time frame that aligns with your fair value gap. If it's a 5-minute fair value gap, you're going to 15 seconds. If it's an hourly fair value gap, you're going to 5 minute, right? So where would the CISD be? Well, where did we reach into the fair value gap? It's this one right here that reached into it, right? It's quite high, but this is where the CISD is. This is where the CISD is. Enter on the pullback to it, target the high. Okay? This is what the CISD is all about. It's all about being able to drop time frames and know what's going on pretty much and know when to enter your trade. All right, just to make sure guys, because I forgot to say it in the video, a market structure shift is not the same thing as a CISD. So the CISD is when the cluster of candle closes or goes into reaches into a fair value gap or sweeps some liquidity or whatever, and then it's the highest point or the lowest point of those. The market structure shift is the previous significant higher low of a specific time frame. So what that means is that market structure shifts can happen on any time frame. CISD, for me at least, only happens with the aligned time frame that I was talking about. So let's say I was to go in this 15-minute or 15-second time frame here just to find some like quick stuff. Okay, so let's say you have a fair value gap right here, okay? A 15-minute fair value gap. This candle reached into it, this one here, right? Or actually, wait, let me go. This one here, okay? The CISD would be here because it's the lowest point of the cluster of candle that reached into the fair value gap, but the market structure shift would be here because it's a previous significant low, right? Does that make sense to anyone? So the market structure shift is usually much slower to happen than the CISD. The CISD is kind of like the earlier entry, if you will. So yeah, and it only happens with the aligned time frames. So if that makes any sense at all, good. If it doesn't, hit me up. I'll clear it up for you. So I'm gonna be honest, guys. For the CISD, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions at all, drop them in the comments below, or join my Discord. You can ask questions there too. And other than that, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of it. Just follow me everywhere. And yeah, keep watching the SMAs, and I'll see you guys in the next one.